A very good evening. You're watching Plain Speak. I'm Akanksha Swaroop. The DMK student wing has protested today against Union MOS Education Sukanto Majumdar's IIT Madras visit today. They've opposed the NEP and alleged the Hindi imposition while demanding release of withheld central education funds. Continuing with his anti-BJP tirade, the Chief Minister MK Stalin as well has nudged people of Tamil Nadu to stand together and fight for their rights as he identified the battle for language and the fight against delimitation as two critical challenges. So in a rapidly evolving India where multilingualism is a gateway to cognitive development, cultural integration and global opportunities, Tamil Nadu's obstinate resistance to the NEP 2020 is both regressive and is it self-defeating? Many are left wondering if the tirade has now been pushed beyond limit by the Stalin government. In fact, let's break down some facts for you from the fight over funds to the delimitation debate and the face-off over NEP and the subsequent Hindi imposition row. The centre versus Tamil Nadu government is only intensifying by the moment. Today, Stalin took it up by a notch. He's blamed Hindi for the weakening of several other languages across North India. And if this is what his bid is, to reject and object against the contentious national education policy, then here's why the attack is completely unwarranted. We'll tell you why so. The research details that the said languages have weakened due to socio-political factors. Let me also name just a few of them. Factors like urbanization, the dominance of standardized Hindi in education and media over decades has preceded NEP 2020. Moreover, the policy itself does not accelerate this trend. Secondly, the national education policy itself does not look to promote Hindi hegemony but multilingualism. The NEP does not prioritize Hindi over other Indian languages. It allows states like Tamil Nadu to continue their two-language policy or even adopt a third language of their choice. In fact, the word Hindi is just mentioned once in the NEP 2020 policy paper. The policy's flexibility aligns with India's linguistic diversity, and the claim of Hindi swallowing other languages lacks direct linkage to NEP provisions. So in his attempt to attack the centre, MK Stalin has now gone after the Hindi language. So if Stalin thinks Hindi swallowed Maithili, Awadhi, Bundeli, Magahi, even Chhattisgarhi, Santhali and Angika among many others that he has named, then is it even correct to say that Tamil swallowed Irula, Toda, Kurumba, Kota, even Badaga, or that Kannada swallowed Tulu or Kudava as well? He has no answers for that. Or that Telugu swallowed Pattapu, Konda and even Gondi, or did Malayalam swallow Kumbaran, Palyan and even Malasar? Is the opposition to the national policy more political than anything else? And in the course of his attack, has Stalin completely jeopardized the future of students? Because Dravidian parties claim that imposition of Hindi on students, and that's something that they will not be standing for as far as imposing the language on the students is concerned. But the national education policy does not mandate Hindi at all. As part of the three-language policy, it's only mandating two native or Indian languages. Remember, the DMK government claims that NEP fringes on states' autonomy, on education, which is a matter in the concurrent list. But the fact is that the policy allows states to customize implementation based on their own unique needs. The three-language policy is also seen as a burden on school kids by the DMK, which is why they want to stick to the two-language policy, but the centre maintains that this policy and its restructuring allows for more flexibility. So as far as the entire Hindi storm is concerned, and now that Stalin's direct attack on Hindi is becoming a thorn in the eye for the centre, do even facts agree with Chief Minister's own assertion? That's a question we'll be posing to our guests in just a bit.
இதை பார்த்த ஒன்றிய அரசு இந்திய திரைக்கலன்னு சொல்லிக்கிட்டு அதுக்கான எல்லா முன்னெடுப்புகளையும் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
the extended drama of DMK continuing, the real issues of the state are trying to be forgotten here, and instead of facing the real issues, the DMK wants to divert the attention to Hindi.
All right, Tom Vadakan, who's the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, P. Gandhi, who's the spokesperson of the DMK, Lakshmi Ramachandran, who's the spokesperson for the Congress Party, will be joining us in just a bit. Also joining me is Mr. R. Rajgopalan, who's a senior journalist. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in. Mr. Vadakan, if I may begin with you to set the tone for this debate, I want to know, why are you saying that education is being weaponized by Mr. M.K. Stalin and that they are diverting the other real issues on ground level in Tamil Nadu?
Look, I'm sure this is something that we have to see in its perspective. There are elections coming.
Pardon my interjection, but I specifically meant ground issues because today only we witnessed that protest by student bodies and the DMK.
Yeah, that's precisely what I'm coming to. The ground reality is that they have to present a report card which is failing in its entirety. That is law and order, governance issues, corruption. Now, what else can they raise? The issue that they can raise is the language issue, because this is basically an issue which it's an evergreen issue they raise time to time during election time. Now, let me take the argument to the perspective.
Okay.
Now, this Dakshina Bharat Hindi Prachar Sabha, formed in the year 1918 by none other than Mahatma Gandhi. Now, this is not BJP's contribution to Tamil Nadu. This is Mahatma Gandhi. If they're opposed to Mahatma Gandhi, so be it. I'm just putting facts on perspective. Now, who are these people whom they are, keen to do agitations? Students apart. People who for opposing Hindi in the earlier agitations. Whether it is 30, that was the earlier years when the Congress was in power. You had the Indira Gandhi's imposition of Hindi. Then you had Brajbhasha attempted the same. And they are same in alliance with them. So the problem is not with Hindi.
All right.
The problem is political. They are weaponizing
points taken, and those are points that we've been hearing in the last 2 days as well, but very valid points. Let me quickly bring in Mr. Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi, how do you respond to BJP's, I don't think I would even like to say defense, but these are facts that we are all aware of as far as in the imposition during the previous Congress rules is concerned. But how do you, most importantly, respond to Dakshin Bharat Prachar Sabha, which has in fact been observing on ground level the kind of rise in Hindi in the state of Tamil Nadu itself?
See, that itself is a proof that we are not against any particular language, whether it is Hindi or even Sanskrit.
Then why are you calling it an imposition?
Yeah, that is what I am coming to. Anyone is free to learn any language in Tamil Nadu. We are not against it. And we have provided enough institutions. As far as Mr. Tom Vadakan's query is concerned, we do have a Hindi Prachar Sabha, which is headquartered in Chennai and also has a regional office in Trichy. Last year alone, around 540,000 candidates appeared for Hindi examinations conducted by the Hindi Prachar Sabha. We haven't objected to it. So therefore, we are not against Hindi per se. We are against the imposition of Hindi.
No, but it is in the I think we are misleading our viewers and the people of this country. Mr. Gandhi, please allow me to interject you over there, because when you're saying that you're not against any Hindi language, Hindi as a language, or you're actually against the imposition of it, but the BJP has already put it on record that they are not imposing Hindi as a language. The 2020 NEP policy goes on to talk about how it is extremely flexible and that Hindi is going to be an optional language.
What is the flexibility here? We are following a two-language policy. That is the language of mother tongue and also a link language, which is English. And with this two-language policy, Tamil Nadu has developed more than any other Hindi-speaking states. And now what is the need for Hindi? A language is a mode of communication. It should have some sort of utility. If you say we need to learn Hindi, what is the utility Hindi is providing for Tamilians? Are we going to come and work in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar? No. we are having English as a link language, and we have developed to a large extent. Now, without any utility, if you are asking us to learn Hindi, that is an additional burden.
But why should that be the state's decision? Shouldn't it be the student's decision to decide whether they want to learn English or choose Hindi over learning English? In fact, the private schools in Tamil Nadu are doing so. I'm going to come back to you, but Mr. Rajgopalan, I want to bring you in on the point of imposition. That's the latest buzzword that's been doing the rounds. Who's imposing their will? Is it the center or the state? When you just heard what our Honorable DMK spokesperson has to say, Mr. Ramachandran is, in fact, Lakshmi Ramachandran also I'd like to bring in. I'm awaiting her presence. But Mr. Gandhi has in fact gone on to talk about how they are against bringing in a third language. Who's imposing whose will? On who? Why should they be against a third language being included? That too, which is optional.
No one is imposing no language, and it is a politics played by DMK. DMK spokesperson should know we are in 2025, not in 1965. The reason, Akansha, if you go to any Tamil town, either Tirunelveli, Coimbatore, Madurai, deep south Rameswaram, or even Chennai, if you go to a sari shop, 100% Hindi speaking persons are there, imposed on them by DMK government and ADMK government. It is Mr. Karunanidhi who built the state secretariat and also assembly, where 5,000 Biharis have been brought in, and moreover it is diversionary tactics of DMK. Second, I tell you, DMK MPs, MLAs, ministers run school, even chief minister run the school where 3 language formula is adopted, where Hindi is taught. Why do they do this drama? Because Seeman, the political leader, Vijay, Annamalai, lot of youngsters have come to take on directly Mr. Udayanithi. That is why they are instigating this Hindi.
How do you respond to that? In fact, that I don't know if it should be labeled as an accusation, but how do you respond to that, Mr. Gandhi?
What is he speaking about? When Mr. Karunanidhi, he says Karunanidhi brought Hindi about the laborers from Uttar Pradesh and
Bihar. Yes. 5,000 laborers from Bihar.
So is he saying that we Tamilians are also, by learning Hindi, should go to Bihar and work in construction industry?
I am in Delhi.
We are in the United States of America, and
those who are in Delhi, those who are in Bombay, those who are in Lucknow, Tamilians are facing problems
jobs
because of this.
Learning Hindi. Whereas Mr. Rajagopalan says, if you learn Hindi, you will become a construction laborer. Then what is the purpose of learning Hindi? What is the utility of Hindi?
No, but you can't do away with the fact that there are construction laborers. Are you demeaning the dignity of labor which already prevails in this country? We are sitting, and in fact, as I speak, I'm sitting in a building which is very much constructed by those laborers.
The point is very simple.
Please do not disrespect those laborers who are very much involved in our daily existence. They are building the buildings that you are very much seated in currently. So let me not get there.
That is the utility of Hindi.
No, please don't look down upon these laborers and provide them the due dignity of labor. Mr. Vadakan, I want to bring you in on the point as far as the DMK's Dravidian model is concerned. Do you see this entire language imposition allegation now exposing the hypocrisy of the Dravidian model when we talk about, or rather the Chief Minister himself tom-toms about it?
Akamsha, this concept of Dravida Karagam, they are the leaders of the Dravidian, that is Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra and what have you. And incidentally, I also want to put it on record. 3 chief ministers, Jayalalitha ji from Karnataka.
Yes.
Then you had M.G. Ramachandran from Tamil Nadu, from Kerala. And then you have Karunanidhi's roots in Andhra Pradesh. So, where their chief ministers come from different states, and they tend to say that they are the leaders of the Dravidian community, why can't they opt for Malayalam? Why can't they opt for Kannada? Now, these languages are not the issue. For them, it is the Hindi, the Red Bull. It's like that the Red Bull chasing the red color. Their color, the only provocation is the elections that are coming in. And so they weaponize it. Now there are 40 schools run by DMK politicians, including the chief minister's relative and the sons whose children are in CBSE schools. They're all to study whatever language they want,
all right,
including. So why this partition attitude towards government school students? Why are they treated as second-class citizens? And why are they not
Mr. Gandhi, how would you respond to that, given that you are talking about construction laborers coming from northern states?
His son is learning German. What is the answer from DMK spokesperson?
Right. Many questions. And Lakshmi, I appreciate your patience. Just give me another minute and I'll come to you, Lakshmi Ramachandran, as well. But Mr. Gandhi, I'd like to hear you respond.
I have made our position very clear in the beginning itself. We are not against any language, whether it is German, French, or Malayalam, or Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, or Hindi.
Then let students decide.
Whether it is directly or indirectly. And secondly, we are talking about when you are imposing a particular language, there should be some sort of utility. Hindi does not have any utility in Tamil Nadu. By learning Hindi, we are not going to gain anything. Then what is the purpose?
All right, so you clearly said that a student's world begins and ends with the state of Tamil Nadu. And if you're saying that it has no utility, and first of all, why would you say so? Mr. Vadakan, how do you respond to that allegation that Hindi has no utility in a state like Tamil Nadu? And also, are we now raising students only vis-a-vis with regards to states?
Very strange logic, Akansha. What do you answer to a question like this? We find Tamilians across. They are there in Kashmir to Karnataka to Kerala to you name it, they're there. They're speaking all the languages that India has. And here is the chief minister tweeting the number of languages that have been, monetized, I would say, by the India government. The fact of the matter is, Yogendra Yadav, who has nothing to do with the BJP, has said that the chief minister of Tamil Nadu is insulting these languages.
All right.
It comes from Yogendra Yadav. If there is a writing on the wall, Mr. Stalin and his company should read it.
All right. Lakshmi Ramachandran, first of all, thank you for so patiently awaiting your turn. But I want to bring you in from on the major attack. I will give you time, sir. This major attack being launched by the DMK and in fact even the BJP is using it now as far as their defense is concerned, that in 1965 was the real imposition, because that was the time when Hindi was a prescriptive language and that was real imposition of the language, and that the DMK should be questioning their ally, and that it was then that the language was being weaponized. It's not being done by the BJP. How do you respond to that?
Good evening. See, school education was in the state list and it's now in the concurrent list. So whatever is decided, it has to be decided in concurrence. The central government can come with their policy, but the state government has the right to customize it to their requirements. So that is what happened. When the center decided something, we've always had two-language policy as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Now, I don't want to approach this whole issue emotionally. I want to talk to you about the pedagogy behind the two-language policy in school. See, we have been teaching two languages in all over India.
Mr. Rajgopalan, she let her speak because she let you speak.
Stand up Rahul Gandhi and DMK.
Okay,
all right.
Yes,
we'll come to that, Mr. Rajgopalan. Mr. Rajgopalan. Yes, Lakshmi, I would want you to answer those questions also.
Yes,
as you speak,
I did
please
answer.
go ahead.
Let me say whatever I want.
Yes, please go ahead.
There are all over India for 75 years we have been teaching at least two languages across all schools, government schools, urban schools, rural schools.
But the bone of contention is why be so stubborn about having a third optional language? It's going to be optional.
Let me finish. That is where I am coming. Please let me finish. So the second, what is the proficiency? I assume that most of the students would have learned English as a second language. What is the proficiency of children in India? We are talking about government schools in the English language. The reason is it's very limited. The reason is when the language is not there in the environment of the children, the success that you can achieve with language teaching will be very limited. We need a lot of resources to teach a language. Unlike science or mathematics, the students should hear the language. Or just a 45-minute period with the textbook is not going to do the job. So that is the reason we should focus, instead of now introducing a third language, we should focus on teaching two languages, that is the mother tongue and English.
All right, no, but I'm sure you will agree. Okay, okay, Mr. Rajgopalan, I'm coming to you at a time when we are looking at how multilingualism is opening a cognitive gateway for students.
Against Congress. What is the Congress stand now? DMK started anti-agitation against Congress, against Nadu, against.
Can we have a coherent discussion, please? Can we please have a coherent discussion over here?
Congress is silent. Why Rahul Gandhi is silent on Stalin?
Lakshmi Ramachandran, why is Rahul Gandhi silent?
I think he has said what he has to say, but he is silent. He's always said that he respects the sentiments of the states. If Tamil Nadu feels that with two language formula, with the two language policy, he will achieve better.
Formula should be introduced.
Respect our sentiments.
DMK is politics. They are doing
Remember
politics.
that
And
school
Congress is
education
doing
is
Gaga with them.
So the
Many
state
Congress leaders are
has
also
the
running
right
schools in
to
Tamil Nadu with
determine our
two-language
policy.
formula. Many Congress leaders, Sakansha, in Tamil Nadu are having three-language formula, colleges and institutions. Why they are hiding that? They are doing politics.
I want to bring in Mr. Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi, at a time.
You tell me in UP and Bihar and any other state, what is the proficiency of students in languages other than their own mother tongue? You tell me that. How successful have we been?
No, that's a question I'd like to pose.
India. We in fact prescribe the two-language policy all over India. I mean, I have been a former educator. I've been a researcher in education. I
want to bring in Tom Vadakan on that note. Tom Vadakan, I think you will be able to respond to what the Congress stance is right now. That, what is the proficiency of this language? Why are we now looking at national academics from a state point of view is what I'd like to ask.
See, Akamsha, when you follow a national policy, this is tailored to the entire country. This is not specific to Tamil Nadu or Kerala or what we have said is we are not imposing any language. The child or the student has an advantage of picking any of those languages. There is no imposition. The Congress party needs to answer when Indira Gandhi imposed the two-language policy and imposed Hindi. There were outbursts, but then now they are together. So what is their ideology behind this kind of an operation, which is just gathering of votes? Tamil today is now established as a classical language. The Prime Minister took it to United Nations. What more respect does the Prime Minister of this country has given to Tamil Nadu? And if he's done all this, this comes out as a politics of weaponizing. I repeat my words, weaponizing the language.
Okay,
and
1 minute, one minute.
1 minute. This educationist says, what are the languages being taught in Bihar? In Uttar Pradesh, there are languages.
That is exactly the question I want to pose to Mr. Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi, let's leave it open to the students to decide, because remember, there are a host of socio-cultural, socio-political factors, even urbanization, which goes into determining the choice of a student. And why shouldn't we look at it from the prism of promoting multilingualism instead of looking at it as imposition?
Where is the question of multilingualism? First of all, nobody is answering what is the need for a three-language policy.
Why not? Let the students, in fact, children of the younger generations believe there should be 6 languages being given as an option. Mr. Gandhi, let's have a democratic discussion. Let me also share my view.
You are not allowing anybody else to speak.
I'm just giving you an idea, Mr. Gandhi, that students want more languages as options. How do you respond to that when students want more options?
We are in 2025, we are living in an era of robotics and artificial intelligence. In this era, you teach some languages which is
Then why do you
useful,
impose Hindi
like
then?
artificial
Then
intelligence,
why do you say
Java, or
Hindi?
maybe
Let them learn
quantum
Hindi.
physics.
All right.
Instead of teaching this
Hindi.
Hindi which has no
They are in
utility.
artificial
Okay. Okay,
no
quick
useful
15
purpose.
seconds. Quick 15 seconds to Mr. Rajgopalan.
My answer to them is anti-Hindi agitation demonstrators of 1965 are being paid by the taxpayers' money, pension.
Okay.
Why should DMK pay
Okay,
that?
and my answer is that let the students of India, not just Tamil Nadu, decide what they want to choose. Many thanks to you,
Students should decide.
Lakshmi and the gentleman for joining in. Now, in a big boost to India-EU partnership, a long-pending free trade agreement has been finalized upon. We'll decode the implications of it on the other side. Stay tuned to Plate Speak.